Thanks for meeting us this afternoon, Mr. Lenny. As we know that you came to Canada for your bachelor degree. After graduation, you choose to come to Beijing to set up your business. So why is Beijing, other than other cities in the Chinese mainland, or go back to Hong Kong or go abroad to set up your business?
Well, actually, clarification. I was in Canada for 13 years. After I graduated, I worked there for 6, 7 years, something like that. After a while, you get, well, not bored. There's a lot to do. But like, in Canada, it's a really comfortable life. You look at my uncle, for example. Went through his 40th birthday. He told me, like, my life is going downhill from 40th. And then 50th birthday, he's planning his retirement in Canada because it's so comfortable. I drive a convertible car. I have a nice condo in Midtown. Every Friday, 4:30, I'm getting ready to leave work and go party because I was young then. And the life is too comfortable, but like, time would just fly by, and all of a sudden you realize I have done nothing in my life, for my life. More than that is, I want to come to China, my origin. I'm Chinese after all. Doesn't matter how multicultural Canada is. I'm still a minority there. So I want to go back to, like, my birthplace is Hong Kong. Actually, my birthplace is Hong Kong, but I was conceived in Beijing. When my mom and dad took a honeymoon in Beijing at Yan. So I was conceived in Yan. So Beijing kind of have like a relationship to me even before I knew it. Actually, I found that out afterward, after I moved to Beijing. So after being in Canada for 13 years, I was like, I got to go back and find. It's kind of, a lot of people will do that. When you're 30 years old, you want to do some root finding, find out where your root is. So I first went back to Hong Kong for 2 years. I worked there for a little bit, and then one of my really good friends got assigned to Beijing. I started working there, and he invited me to come visit almost every 2 or 3 months. And show me all the great thing about Beijing. Like, the restaurant are bigger, the ceiling are like 4.5 meter high, but versus in Hong Kong, like the ceilings are so short, and restaurants are so small and so packed. So after seeing what Beijing is like now, I really like it, and I've always liked to start my own business. So I thought Beijing, with the economy is booming, Olympic coming, that was actually 2007 when I came here, and Olympics coming, and that's why I came to Beijing and started this Herbal Café business, which is another reason to that is I like to introduce the healthy aspect of eating to the general public. You wouldn't believe it. Look at me, I'm pretty skinny now. I used to be 200 pounds, like a chubby kid. Until I'm 20 years old, I started working out like crazy and lose all the weight. And now I've become like, I've been maintaining this exercising routine for like 20 years. And I'm still fit now.
Okay, so as we know, you were born in Hong Kong and you were conceived in Beijing, as you mentioned just now. And right now, you are in Beijing to running your business and live your life. And also, you finished your schooling in Canada. So these 3 places are quite different and have different cultures. What have you done to overcome the culture shocks, and how did you adapt to different cultures?
Well, that's a very good question. I think I was born very adaptable to different environments. I think it's something to do with the genetics. When I first go to Canada, I was 16. My English was really, really bad, and because Hong Kong people, in Hong Kong schooling, they teach you English, but you never get to practice it. So like my verbal communication was pretty bad at the beginning. But like when you go to a place like Canada, you want to learn the best thing from them. You don't want to just hang out with all the Chinese people or the Hong Kong people all the time. So I make a purpose to make an effort to only try to hang out mostly with Canadians, to learn their language, learn their culture, learn all their good things about Canada. So I'm very adaptable. When I went back to Hong Kong, it was a culture shock already. Things are different. It's very crowded everywhere. People don't have the patience. They always look sad. They always look stressful because of their work, because of probably because of the government benefit. Compared to Canada, it's really great. You retire, the government will take care of you. But like in Hong Kong, like you have to work, you have to save your own money until like I think a few years ago they started doing the pension thing, which is better. But like people are still very stressful. They're like always not happy. They're very shy. They're confused about their culture because they were ruled by the British for a long time, and now they're ruled by they went back to China, and they're a little bit confused. So I was there like it was weird for me. Compared to Beijing, I like Beijing a lot. Like when you're talking about culture shock in Beijing, mostly it's the small things. Like I'm surprised people actually line up when they go to supermarkets and all these places. But like what I don't like is when they line up, they tend to bum you from the back. I used to get mad at the beginning. I was like, why are you touching me from my back? And after a while, I get used to it. I still get mad, but like instead of like turning around and get angry, I'll turn around and say to the guy, I actually don't like guys touching me from my back. Please don't touch me. And actually get a laugh from it. The way people drive here is a little bit crazier than what I used to be. I've been driving for 20 years. You get to learn how to drive here. You got to be a lot more cautious because people don't signal when they try to cut you off. And I honk a lot more in Beijing in one day compared to 13 years of driving in Canada. You honk everywhere because you're warning people. That's a culture shock. Because in Canada or in Hong Kong, if you honk people in a car, it implies that you want to fight. Get out of the car, let's do it. But like
you're picking
here,
a fight. Yeah.
You're picking a fight if we honk at people. But like in here, it's like honk, and I'm coming out. That's what it means.
But I still love Beijing.
I still love Beijing. These are small things. I still love Beijing, the culture and everything. The culture is so rich in Beijing. It's been the capital for hundreds of years of China. People have so much pride in themselves, so much pride in the country. They love their country, and people I found is actually they are a lot. Their minds they are a lot more open-minded than I have to say people in Hong Kong. Because take one for instance, I used to live at Central Park, and we get satellite TV, so I always watch CNN or the Hong Kong news, the cable news, and I find that the cable news is it just keep on rerunning itself every 10 minutes. The news is so short. And then recently I moved out of Central Park and I live somewhere else. There's no more Hong Kong news, no more CNN. And I've been watching CCTV news. There's so much more in there. There's international news, there's finance news, there's everything. So much more in there. There's a reason why like people in China or Beijing that gets a lot more information from the media, which versus Hong Kong, like the media is so monopolized by like one or two companies. It's getting better now. It's getting better now. There are more companies out there trying to run the TV station, but like still not enough competition.
Okay, I see. So when did you first come to the Chinese mainland? And what impressed you most at that time? If a comparison is to be made, what is the major difference between then and now?
1997 summer.
1997 summer.
I finished my bachelor degree. I was waiting for my certificate. So I went back to Hong Kong for a couple of months to relax. And I got a summer job there, working at the same time, earn some money. And then at the end, I felt like I need to visit the capital of China. So I went on a tour, a 5 days tour. We took the train, actually. It was fun. 2 days. I think it's 48 hours, something like that. We took the train to Beijing. At that time, I think we were living at Wangfujian, one of the hotels. And the street was so dark in the night. See bicycles everywhere, not a lot of cars, motorbike. They go to bathrooms, they tend to smell a little bit. That was like 1997, which I didn't really get to know any local people at that time, but like that's my impression. Oh, and also when I go to, at that time we're not using MP3s, we're still using Discmans, CDs. So when our battery, I went out to one of the malls down the street, try to get battery. It's a government-owned, operated mall. Went in there, find my battery, and there's a price tag on it. It's like, I don't know, $5, and for a pack of battery, right in front of the battery, there's a price tag. And then I asked for one, and you have to do all this process, go to the counter, I don't know, really far away. I got lost, and then come back, pay $5, and then come back, and they give me one battery instead of the whole pack. I was like, what the? Why am I getting like one battery? The price tag on it was like 4 batteries, supposed to be the whole pack. So at that time, 97, China was different. But like when I came back to Beijing, like I think it's probably 2005 or 6 when I was visiting Beijing. I wasn't even living here. First thing I know is the highway is so nice. Took the taxi to my friend's house. On the way to my friend's house, I don't see a lot of motorbikes. I don't see any. And then, as a matter of fact, I don't see any motorbikes. Not a lot of bicycle. I see a lot of Audi A6 black. So many of them. I've never seen so many Audi A6. I felt like I'm in Men in Black.
Okay, that's really a big change. Yeah. So your herbal restaurant seems to be running very successful. And recently you opened the 5th branch just here. And so what do you think are the secrets behind its popularity?
There are no secret recipe.
No secret recipe. So
what
are the reasons, fundamental
like,
reasons?
Yeah, I can tell you. Like, this are the way I see it is the F&B industry in China. There's still room for growth in terms of branding, professionalism, food quality, and service. So like I try to make a little bit of everything, like all the above, better than anywhere else. And also the concept of Herbal Café, like I said before, is to introduce a brand new healthy diet to the general public in Beijing. Excuse me. Which is totally new. People first came to our restaurant, they eat, and they'll say our food is tasteless. How come there's no oil in it? There's no MSG in it. And then after a while, they get used to it. You just got to keep educating them. You got to eat this way, otherwise you'll be bloated. Your face is going to get bloated with water. If you eat too much salt, it's bad for your kidney. Just keep on saying that. And then luckily, after a year of running my first restaurant, the whole government started doing advertising on eating healthy, low salt, less oil, be healthy. Thanks to the government, on every bus, every subway station, there's this slogan that the government is trying to introduce the healthy way of eating.
So it in some way promotes your business. Yeah.
Yes.
So could you tell us what's your business development plan over the next 3 years?
Well, I always believe in a balance in life. I don't want to stress myself out too much. But doesn't mean I don't work hard. I work smart. The business development plan, one word, automation. What it means by automation is, I remember one read a book from Robert Kiyosaki saying, if you own a business and you have to be there and get your hands dirty every day, it's not a business. It's a job. So what I'm trying to do with these 5 shops is automate everything, every department. They can run on its own without too much of my interference. I'll let them grow, let them learn, and then I'll teach them each department to a point that they can go out, build me a new shop, start another shop without any problem. So that at that point I'm successful. In 3 years, the next 3 years is that. In the past 3 years, I've been trying to do the automation. The next 3 years is going to let them execute.
Okay, that's all for today's program. Thanks for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you.